Random? How dare you? Nothing here is random. We all know where the market's going. Watching Bitcoin melt down. Bitcoin, party's over. Random signal generator. That's the bid and ask of the Bitcoin off of this Coinbase. It's called bitcointicker.co. Bitcointicker.co, that's the so you're a non-trader, but you own Bitcoin. Is that what I'm to believe? You're a non-trader, but you own Bitcoin. So you saw the Bitcoin and you saw Bitcoin and you tuned into the stream. Random signal generator. So you're attracted to the Bitcoin, the mentioning of Bitcoin. You were triggered. Oof, they're coming near my buy limits. I may have to move them. May have to move my orders. I think I got a little too aggressive here. Coming after my buy limit. I think they're going to break down hard. They're going to blow out the bottom here. That's just a ATR indicator on there. They're coming after the lows of the day, the lows of the today or yesterday, going after Friday's lows. They already took them out. Wow. Look at this 30-minute turnaround. Look at this shaved candle here on the 1 hour. What does that tell you? What does shaved candles mean? When you see shaved candles on the 1 hour, does that mean that maybe you should get in at the end of the hour? Has anybody figured that one out yet? Oof. Guess I should have bought that. Well, this would be wave, an Elliott wave. This is 1, 2, 3. We should expect to see a big 3 wave up into here now. This is the doji, so there's be a lot of sellers up here. I'm just manually trading because I don't have any scripts for this fucking Bitcoin. It's too much work. Gotta add 2 zeros to everything. Just take the scripts that I put in the list and the link down below and just put 2 zeros after it. How long can you go? Are you challenging me? XD. I'm not sure what that means. I guess I'm alive. I noticed when it got cold outside, I noticed that I was alive because I was freezing. When the weather was nice, I was complacent. I didn't realize I existed. How about that Bitcoin? Watching the demise of Bitcoin melting down on the weekend. Look at this thing turn on the dime on the hour. It's scary. Look, here's another shaved candle. Nearly shaved up here. Here it's noise. With how dramatic here. Right on this Evolve Brokers. I don't know what XT means. What you talking about, Willis? So what does XD mean? How long can you go? Tide hunter. So you saying you're a long-term trader? Hunting down that tide. Is that what your approach is? You found patience in your life or something? You found Jesus? He made you a calm person so you could wait for the entry. Gosh, I don't know. I'm looking at this price here from the dailies right here, this pivot. This is definitely where the buyers are coming back in. Everybody that missed the parade, they'll keep bidding it down till here. Like, obviously this is the launching point on close. 61.50, anywhere in there. I mean, people are buying it right now, for God's sakes. I'm sure right here, anything below yesterday's low, this is the trap, the breakout trap. So people are probably getting in. Like, I just scalped it a minute ago. I bought it right down here at the market, and then I dumped it when it only went up to this. I was on the 5-minute, but now I'm looking to just play around, manually trade it. So I'm putting in with the song. You mean the background music? It's just some kind of chill stuff crap I found. Here, I'll send you the link to it. It's called Beautiful Psychedelic Chill Out Mix. I got a bunch of copyright infringements, and the problem is that people say, "Oh, what happened to that video you did?" And I say, "Well, unfortunately, I played music that was from another country, and then they banned it in another country, and that person from the other country says, 'Hey, I can't watch your video.'" I'm like, "But you can watch the video here in the States, but they just run advertising." That's the music I'm playing in the background. I don't even know if you can hear it because I don't trust meters. I look at the meter here and like I say, I don't know if this is a meters lie. They're like indicators. I look at the meter on OBS and I don't really trust it, I guess, in some regards. So I don't know if it's how they're doing their math on that thing. So yeah, I like watching that level 2 shit over here on the left. Makes me feel like I know what I'm doing. Here's this pure level. Here's pure depth of market of Bitcoin right now out of Coinbase, I think. Looks very scientific. I like that look. I'm a scientific person, so if it looks scientific, I'm in. I'm down with that, bro. Why, are you short Bitcoin and you want to cash out? I think if you did a 4-hour projection here, like this is the 4-hour chart, so you got, here's 5 weeks. I think you could be, actually, anybody, see where the stops are right here? I think it's 6. There's big ass liquidity below this wick. This is the this is where the party got started. So that was the last stop hunt, and then boom, and then here's your top become a bottom. Dead on here. Top become a bottom. Let's see if you got. I'm gonna mark it off here. So it's oh, well, I can tell you about the blockchain. What I could tell you about this chart actually is this is the only chart that this now that Bitcoin's exploded price-wise, what you're actually witnessing, in my opinion, is an unregulated. I mean, this is human behavior mapped out. It's a perfect map of human behavior because the government hasn't. The problem with the stock market, it really is rigged. Forex is not rigged. See, Forex is over the counter. This is why it just cracks me up. People, Forex is rigged. No, not really. It's there's no limit to the moves. Now, the futures market's rigged. Soybeans they can only move 15 cents a day in one direction. So which one's rigged? But that's the old argument with state versus individual, you know. So I don't even know if anybody's panicking. See, yeah, I mean, yeah, really, I guess people are, right? But isn't it funny how the market is so beautifully, the buyers, like this is the pivot, right? This is the top become a bottom, so everybody's on that one. Like people are really on that trade, right? But it's nice because you see the total order flow without any encumbrance. Yeah, people are definitely, well, you know, people taking profits too. I mean, people at the top, they were like, holy shit, get me out. I think everybody realizes that. I don't know if, you know, they say it's self-fulfilling prophecy. Everybody's doing the same analysis. I don't think so. I think it's just Mother Nature. You're watching Mother Nature, so how long can it rain outside? Or how long, like once the dam breaks and the waters hit, you know, sea level, it's game over. But all the pressure built up, you know. But yeah, the buyers are coming in here like crazy this weekend. They'll probably bid it all the way back up to this, up to 65 or something. But it's how you get there, I guess. The rhythm of the market, you know. Like unfortunately, right now you have to be a kind of a buyer, I guess. For well, here, this is the way Elliott wave. So this is 1, 2. This should be 3. It should take us to here. I mean, that's a big move. I mean, that's 300. That's a $200 move in that coin now. So if you get your sizing right, you can just make a mint right here. But I guess if you're trying to buy some Bitcoin at this point for actually to put in your wallet. I don't know. I like Bitcoin if it would go all the way down to, because you don't want to get burned. I guess even using Bitcoin when it's this volatile, when you transfer, it matters, right? I mean, that little bit of time must matter. Like if you're transferring a large amount of Bitcoin, there's got to be a where you're getting fucked on the fluctuations to the next wallet, and it's just kind of like luck of the draw, right? Whether or not you get filled good. Whether you get a good fill, maybe? I don't know. Looks like the market dried up there. And there's quite a spread here between what I'm seeing on my MT4. MT4 is actually, it's, I guess the ask is right around 63.5 right now. So there's a really high, see, here's the thing with Bitcoin. Just like any other thing, you know, there's a thing called stamps. There's coupons now. There's so much stuff. There's Gemini. There's people saying, "Well, we'll do it for this price." I'm looking at the top here, but they're all fluctuating. So you evaluating the blockchain technology, see if it's safe to $1. So what is the spread that they charge on Bitcoin? Because the spread at this broker is insane. I mean, you're talking, if I pull the trigger on this trade, of course, this is not, I think the decimal point's been moved over severely in this. I don't understand the real value of it. I don't actually know what Bitcoin's worth. This is a micro. They're claiming that this is the micro account out of Evolved Markets. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how they come up with this shit. Yeah, it's going to be something to watch here. I think we're going to go lower now. Let's sell. I think we're going down. So I'm going to manually trade. I'm going to put my finger on the closeout and scalp it. So I guess I'm scalping. I'm selling right now. I'm a little late, but I have buys below me. Now I'm going to take these buys and I'm going to back them away. I think we're going to go smashing down to this level. Hell, by Monday we could be at 6,000 next week. Jesus, this trades 24/7. That's another thing. Since there's no, this is not distorted by the weekend data. I mean, it's really kind of a charter's. It's a chartist dream, actually, the Bitcoin chart. There's no gaps. I think unless your broker shuts down on the weekend, which I noticed. So you missed that big blow off top there. Look at this psycho wick on the 1 hour. Look at that. Jesus. What the hell were people thinking? Who's the poor bitch that bought up here? You poor thing. Our thoughts and prayers are with your family. It was like some, well, I don't want to be inappropriate. It did have a climax, though. Yeah, this is quite an example of like unencumbered trading. Oh God, look at this. How long did it spend? How much time we spend up there? See if I can hunt down the... I'm gonna be a hunter. I'm trying to hunt down the damn climax on that. Yeah, check this out. Now this is the 30-minute chart. Wow. I want to go to the 1 minute of that. So we have to go forward here. So look at this. As you're coming up on that price, can you imagine having a $1 million sell-in up here? Now look at this thing start to... it's a real bitch to navigate this in this mode, but... So here you are, you're like, wow. Now, what was the mind thought behind the guy that decided on the 1 minute chart that he was going to invest in Bitcoin? Let me see his rationale. I bet it went something like this. Well, we got a top bottom here on the 1 minute chart. I think I'll chase a little bit. Hey, look, I'm up. Hey, comes back and retests. I'm gonna buy more. Hey, bought more. Okay. Hey, look, bought more. Wow, nice rally. Hey, bought more. I get in 1, 2, 3. Sold big up here, bought back. Then I'm like, okay, buy some more. That's support. Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Oh boy. Hey, hey, what happened? Can you imagine? Oh, whoa. Should have held that short. Oof. Oh no. I'll buy here. Oof, thank God. Oof. Not bad. Actually, that wasn't a bad trade. That must have been a hell of a day for that guy. Wow. That was a hell of a time. I mean, you just can't believe it. Look at that. And this is what he thought was support. See, on the 1 minute chart, there was your 5 minute support. How'd that work out for you? I think time frame matters. Good God, man. That's insane. Really, that could really cramp your style. Got in that trade. Yeah. Can you imagine? This reminds me of people calling for gold at 5,000 and stuff. But hey, it made a nice run. But I just gotta wonder, you know. And of course, if you go to the big picture of this thing, the monthly, it's astounding. It's just unbelievable that anybody wouldn't at least take a peek at the monthly just for kicks. Just for like, hey, what do you say just before you put on that big trade? I'm underwater on my short. I guess I missed the big entry. Look at this monthly wicks. My God, man. Are you serious, Bitcoin? You gotta be kidding me, man. This is the IBM of cryptos. This is the original crypto before all the other wannabes chimed in. Dogcoin, Dickcoin. How about Ballcoin? Beavercoin. Litecoin is for people that are wearing yoga pants. That's because you don't want that extra weight. God, God, I can't even imagine what it must be like if you own Bitcoin at the bottom of this run. How can you handle that? You know, when I first put Bitcoin on this MT4 platform, I couldn't even resize it. Like it crashed. It just crashed it just now. You can't like. But yeah, this is what people are thinking. I think. Dude, we're going to 9,000. Well, maybe you are going to 9,000, right? But holy shit. I think I'd wait a little bit. That's the monthly. Got a first trend line on closing on the monthly. Hey, maybe it is going to go to 20. I mean, what's going to stop it is they just started trading this on the CME, and that's going to make it like just like gold. Gold had this glorious climax, and then it just went into Noiseville. It's going to be noisy, choppy. It's going to be something people trade, not something people speculate and get. And the thing goes nuts. And you know, it's kind of like a like if you're in the music business or you're in Hollywood and you become famous. That only happens once, I think. Wave 3. Like in your whole life, you have a wave 3. Like there's something you do in your life that's bigger at the end of your life. That's the wave 3. And then wave 4, you consolidate. And wave 5, you die. Because that's how life is. Life's like Elliott waves. Well, life, you know. It's like any cycle. There's 0 is when everybody says everybody's on one side of the ship. Wave 1 is the romantic phase, right? That's the curiosity phase, an Elliott wave. Wave 2 is, so I like this. Wave 0 is you're at the bar looking to pick up a girl. Wave 1 is you go out and kiss her in the car. Wave 2 is you've got her phone number and you're waiting for her to call you back, and you're like, okay, and then she calls you back. And wave 3 is the best the relationship will ever be in terms of the next wave correction, right? So you did, oh, that was great. And then there's the consolidation where you're like, huh, that was a lot of fun, but that's where the but and the doubt comes in. And then wave 5 is like, okay, let's go for it. And that by that time, that whole series, that price pulse is over. That's why I see Elliott wave. People count Elliott waves so they count it too accurately. They actually think they're counting Elliott waves by every zigzag. They're not taking the whole context. So this would be wave 3 of Bitcoin. Now it may go into a major consolidation, and people that don't know how to trade consolidations, which is all that noise, are just going to get killed. Or maybe not, right? I mean, it depends how big you're trading, but yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what happens there, because we've all seen wave 3s, we've all seen wave 4s collapse and be, and this is where people say, well, you miscounted the Elliott wave. You were actually in this wave. In other words, the wave 4 turns out to be wave 1 of wave A of an ABC correction. So the rhythm of Elliott wave is 1, 2, 3, 5 ABC. It's, you know, so you have and of course everybody knows that inside of wave 1 is maybe 3 or 5 waves. It's just a rhythm factor, right? But since the market changes rhythm without any kind of like you know, it doesn't have that linear rhythm that you would count on in like a song. So a lot of music done now, like all these techno chill shit, is all robotically stamped, but the Mother Nature isn't. So there's no. So I think actually, if you listen to the markets like jazz music where it's syncopated, there is no locked stepped, you know, thing. There kind of is, though. If you notice, these robots are people that come in right at the bottom of the top of the hour on Bitcoin. It literally turns on a dime. So there's people that are doing really good execution out there. I mean, they have a robot, or they have them. When I say robot, I mean they just have a timed execution. That's what I was trying to get going, but you know, I don't know how to write code. But hey, bottom of the hour, down hard, bye. Just a robot that says you're down 40-bit pips, bye. Okay, puts in a stop, has to take profit, but that's only 0.001% of the account, right? Or that's just very whatever, 0.001% of the account. So somebody sent me a chart of the performance of like 5 robots. Yeah, because you want a diversification. If you had 5 robots running, it looked, you know, it was climbing pretty good. But you'd have to know, hey, it's time to put the trend bot in. You'd have to manage your robots, just like if you owned so that is possible. But it's not a panacea. There's no Jesus. Put my clock on here. Tremendous lag on my screen. I don't know why. Maybe just my playback sucks. YouTube doesn't have the best. It's going to be fun to watch, though. Let me see if I'm making any money. I'm probably getting killed. I'm short. Gotta put a new template in. This is support and resistance automatically done for the done for you. But see, this looks like it's gonna break down right now. So I think I'm gonna hold it. Maybe they closed they closed the server for like looks like they stopped trading. I know they do. This broker goes offline at some point. It's going to be quite the traders. See, when the exchange got involved, CME. It's called an exchange. Once they took over, it's going to be choppy. I think, because they're just going to make it into an exchange, and when they get their cut, the volatility is going to dry up when CME starts to take their cut. Because you're going to have people that say, you know what, the hedgers come in and everybody's going to balance it out. You know what I mean? It's going to stabilize the currency. Bitcoin might drift in a, like I said, if that was wave 3 we just saw, then wave 4 will just be torture. And it could be 3 times as long as, time-wise, it could be 2 years of consolidation. Could you feel wave 3? Was wave 3, he was bigger than you thought? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Wave 3 is anal. That's right. Well, you know, some girls aren't into that. Yeah, you know, you do wonder, though. I think, and of course, people will, well, the charts don't lie, but I wonder if you could chart your, like your heart rate during sex, wave 3. And if sometimes there is no wave 5. People are just like, you know, I don't think we're going to be together much longer. The broker shut down on me. They're not disconnected, but they stopped trading Bitcoin here in the morning. I guess they're getting their coffee over there in where Evolve's over somewhere. I can't remember where they're at. Oh, maybe my templates crashed. No, I don't even see a quote. That's weird. I guess they shut down. I thought it was 24/7, but I think they're redoing their servers. Like they shut down right at the top of the hour, I think. Let's see. Wow, just before. Well, at least I got in before the collapse. I certainly wouldn't want to be a buyer here, I could tell you that. Good God, man. I think we got some dropping to do. I don't see my orders either. My pendings aren't showing up. Oh, I don't have the colors turned on. Okay, they're there. I'm still figuring out MetaTrader, I think. Yeah, the seller's in control. Holy shit, yes. Well, I mean, the thing is I hate chasing shit, so I think I would have missed my entry was on Friday there on Bitcoin. Bounces, though, I think we could have some nice bounces. Here's daily Bitcoin. So if you put different templates on here, you can have different thoughts. Let's see like this here. Shit. Oops. Oh, here we go. I thought it crashed the, this is set up for gold. Yeah, this is scary. If you're long, you're like, yikes, they're coming after my stops. So I put limits where people's stops are. My secret technique. Look at the lack of volatility here. I don't know what happened to this broker. I didn't think the data was that gappy, but I think my Hakinashis are smoothing out the data here. Because this 15-minute chart is probably true. There's no liquidity here coming into this morning. I only have closing prices here. I think my smooth Akinashi was giving me like fake trails that look like bars. Yeah, I think there's still more selling to come. If you're really, and people are trying to catch this puppy on the way down. Yeah, I think that's got to be, like who's trading? This is aftermarket into, maybe because I'm on the micro contract though. Let me put up another chart. Just normal Bitcoin. They have actually spreads in here, like they have like Bitcoin against Litecoin charts. It's like there's no end to it. It just goes on forever for these people. It's trading this. What the fuck happened to my chart? I don't get it. I was trading on that chart. fuck happened? Oh, this is Bitcoin, Mike. Why is this price so insanely? I don't know shit about this stuff, apparently. What the fuck is Bitcoin? US Bitcoin Micro? No. I don't... Anybody know this shit? What the fuck happened? Like, what? Wait just a minute. Am I being scammed? Let me look at monthly of this. I don't know what the fuck this is. The inversion of Bitcoin? Is this like an ETF or something? So it's like the inversion? The dollar's getting its ass kicked by Bitcoin? My brain's gonna come unwrapped. I was counting on an instrument that didn't have a fucking base currency to it. Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? So it's the other side of the trade, basically. Huh. Yeah. I don't think I can trade Bitcoin now. I can't understand it now. You just fucked up the whole landscape of my brain. I'm gonna be able to do it now. Okay. Well, I guess I'd be buying $1 here. I would have bought down there then this morning or the last week. That's a whole different world, isn't it? Oh yeah, I can see all the trades here. Okay, I'm a seller now up here on limits. Oops, can't trade it though, right? It's just a quote. It's something we can see but we can't trade. Is another torture of this? I can't place a pending, right? Let me see. How terrible. Just when you thought life would be easy. Yeah, you can't put a order in there. Oh well. You get my point. This is like the dollar index, you can see it but you can't trade it, right? It's like, hey, dollar index. God, look at this stock market right at a round number. What is this thing? Spanish index. Look at this. Even the people in Spain are having a party. Let's see how they're doing. Let's see what their story is. Holy shit, what a buy. Look at this thing. It's trapped down beneath. Oh man, is this the leading edge of the crash of all markets, Spain? They've already had their climax back here. Oh boy, we're all doomed. Buckle up, people. Oh, they're just caught in a big range. Looks like the British pound. This is supposed to be the most capitalist place on the planet is Hong Kong. Let's see what they look like they're doing. We're just gonna go for maximum. Oof, they're making... Oh, wow, oof. Trap. Anybody up for shorting this puppy? Okay. Oh, I think you could. Yeah, I think you could trade it. I think you can trade Dixie. Can't you? You just trade, it's like dollar. It's like going trade the yen. You can trade the raw yen still, can't you? Just trade yen futures. I'm sure they still trade that. On Globex or something. There's so many markets, you know, it's overwhelming. Does anybody look at everything out there? Like, if you had the time on the weekend, I suppose you could look at every fucking stock market. And I do think this thing's totally in trouble, though. The, Hang Seng. I mean, it's a good scalp up here. I don't think this is real breakout. I think this is going to follow up into this void up here. I wonder about that. I guess maybe they're the late bloomers. The French are supposed to, everybody's supposed to have a bad situation, according to the news. It's a French market. Let's see. Wow. Man, that's wow, that's right up at the top of the range. Look at how brutal this French market is. Man, look at this beautiful trend here. Can you imagine what people are thinking on this shit? 2008 crash is like the inversion. This crashed before 2008. This must have been a bellwether. Hey, look, guys. Kablamo. Or is that the 2008 crash? It started in, did all the markets crash across the planet? 2007? I thought our crash was in 2008. Yeah. Japanese, this is the Nikkei. Anybody ever look at the Nikkei chart and see the look at this thing. You talk about a blow-off. This is when the earthquake hit Japan. You can see it out here. It's just mind-boggling. They gave back, I think, about a 4 years of prices in about 1 day here somewhere. Don't you think the Nikkei is having a blow-off top too, though? Don't you think there's something wrong? Where is that move? I don't know if I have all the data here. There was a... I think this is it right here. This is the earthquake. This tsunami right here, right? 2011. Look at that. Jesus. That's brutal. Look at gap opened there. Look at that. They gave up. Here's where they gave up 3 years of prices. 5 years of price given up right here. This is the tsunami. I traded that with nanolots. I traded the dollar yen down here. Look at that. God damn, that was brutal. At 5 p.m. when the brokers opened, it just went nuts. Nuts all like, so here's I think Thursday, and then virus came in though. What people must have been thinking on that. What if it took out a trend line? I'm sure there was a very bullish just before the tsunami. The worst part about it is people were you know, all bullish up this all these weeks, loving it to death. But isn't it funny, because if you sold up here, or just counter trend traded that, say you were buying puts, you're one of those put guys. This is why it's so bullshit when people say, well, you know, all those puts were lined up. But yeah, All these conspiratorial people about 9/11 crack me up. There's a lot of people that are short the market. Yeah, no shit. People are always short the market. So when it crashed, you think those people that knew it was coming? It's so fucking hilarious. But you just cleaned up on that thing. That was something else. So I don't know. We're waiting for the markets to open back up. Oh God, funny stuff. So is it time to build a bomb shelter? Here's the DAX. It looks like Bitcoin to me. Look at this. Looks like Bitcoin. It's a monthly DAX. This is a real trap up here, I think. Record highs. Crude oil could tank. It might be done. I think gold's the next market. People are going to buy this gold market. On the monthly, it looks good. You pull back. You got a top bottom on the monthly right now. Yeah, stocks down, gold up. I think there's a big sector rotation coming here. I was hoping to day trade this thing. Oh, here we go. It's moving again. I'm up, see? There we go. Whew. Had anxiety attack. They shut me off. Or maybe it's just very illiquid, like it was back here. Something happened this morning. Look at the 1 minute chart. There was drama. I'm ready to take my 300 whatever shiitakes and get out. I used to look at all the world markets. I used to look at everything all the time. But, you know, then I just wanted to make money. I looked at everything. I think it's just illiquid. Because I was down 300, now I'm only down 82. Let's see if the market's moved. I'm going to go to my trusty make this chart bigger. God, I can't go slower than 10 minutes. I guess I'm losing. He hasn't taken out that bottom. Yeah, I don't know. So look at this US to the bit. They're trading that. It's going up. That looks like a buy to me. I'd buy that. It's going up. It's not going down. Isn't that funny? You could just buy anywhere along here. You just kind of have to make sure it's not so big when it backs up, it crushes you. 15 minute. Oh, look at the market just up. I'm up $500 right now. Gotta go back to the other chart. Huh. I just think it's illiquid. I'm looking for it to take out this support line here and just keep tanking. And then I got a bunch of buy limits pending beneath to catch it. No stops. Waiting for it to break down. Jesus. Yeah. Let's wait for another tick to come in. To make me rich, I need somebody to step in the market and start trading heavy. Somebody's got to save me. Yeah, it's fun to watch the giant. It's fun to watch the giant. The grand. The overview of the whole thing. It's funny because the Dow Jones 30 index, they keep changing some of the elements of the index, and then they weight each thing in that index to give you this smoothing thing. But when you see a market go ballistic, it's funny to see the wave 3 rotation, that spike. It's like an echo. I think some of that's because if everybody decides they're going to trade gold, well, now the platforms allow you to trade multiple things. But in the old days, you had to go get a gold broker, and then you have to go get a Bitcoin broker. By the time the people actually get to the other sector, then of course the party's over at that one, right? And the next party starts. It's funny to watch the. So my view of it was, hey, look in the Wall Street Journal, find the biggest losers, and start accumulating the biggest losers in the Investors Business Daily, whatever. I should probably hang out with some stock traders because there are so many stock traders. I went to a meeting once, and it was called IBD. Okay, it was called IBD, and I'm like, IBD. I show up there, I swear to God, 100 people in a room. Stock trading is a very, it's just like, apparently social, I don't know. I'm surprised there isn't more Forex traders. If you walk to anybody in the street and said, do you own any stock? Oh yeah, I got. I should probably hook up with stock traders. Forex, I mean, as far as analysis and timing the market, I mean, everything that, you know, it's funny because, like, if you want to, it's funny that Forex, I think, if you have the leverage, it attracts a lot of people. But, you know, if you knew somebody that you knew how to chart the market and stuff, you'd be like, yeah, let me see your stuff, let me see what you're in. But then what they're going to tell you is, oh, I got a guy that, you know, I have Merrill Lynch handles my funds. Really? They're not churning your account. How do you know they know what they're doing? You always wonder, you know, because when you know something about the market, you want to, like, share it with somebody and, hey, look at this, what do you that? But I'm gonna try to do that today. I'm gonna go trolling for people at the coffee shop. But I don't know. I think I'm just going to. It's weird because I feel bad about the people that trusting somebody to handle their money, and since I don't have any credentials, and I don't work for Merrill Lynch, that people wouldn't take me seriously. This is what Coolio wanted from me. Who could take you seriously? It's so funny how everything's designed in a way to promote the establishment analysts as opposed to the people that just kind of have common sense, I guess. Common sense is uncommon, as they say. And of course there's asset shifting now that's like, I guess, high frequency asset shifting, where literally this thing goes, but that Nikkei climax, I didn't even notice that till today. It's funny, every weekend I'll go hunting around the markets. That's how I found the Bitcoin trade. Like I found this broker because I didn't know that Bitcoin was open on the weekends, and I thought, well, what could be better, right? But the dollar index does not plot on the weekends, which is kind of a bummer, but this is actually the only dollar index in a way. But then you'd have to say, well, it's against the Bitcoin. Well, it's against something, right? I mean, so there is no perfect index. It's unfortunately, you wish you had like some indicator that had. There probably are people that work at places that do custom charts. I mean, Merrill Lynch might have a chart that says hard assets versus fiat assets. It's probably no end how you could create your own index, and it'd be interesting to see it. But even after you did all that, why would you do that? To make a better decision, or just to kind of have this feeling like, well, I kind of know this whole area, this whole sector is about to blow up, or it's blown up, it's time to get in. Like, I used to trade real estate investment trusts. I used to look at the charts, and the charts look really weird because there really wasn't very much liquidity in this. They're called REITs. And using my analysis, I said, this is the place to be. It was a creeper gear chart, but I knew right there, you know, that was the place to be. So I put my dad into that thing. But I'd study the market so heavily. I mean, it's so stupid because I just, if I had been trading for the last 30 years straight and not running my other business, I was literally sitting in front, like if my parents were like, kid, you're gonna trade. But I don't really want to get, you know, the thing is that right, that's right, but I wouldn't want to do that necessarily because I don't like regulations. So I'm anti. The only thing I would do is I'd find somebody in Europe to. They would open the fund and I would just trade it. There was a guy. There was a guy that was found guilty of something. He was not allowed to. I think it was a Bitcoin thing. He wasn't allowed to log into a terminal. And because they said you cannot trade anywhere in the world. It was very bizarre. But why couldn't you just tell somebody else, here's the trade, pull the trigger? It's just ridiculous, right? So that's why I kind of, in protest of that, posted all my scripts for free, because I knew that there was no holy grail in the scripts, that you had to know how to run them. So I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. So if there's something out there that you can make money off of, there's people that would just refuse to do it because they don't either want to put the effort or they don't think it's going to work out. The guy that flipped out on me, he said, I remember everything he said. He said stuff like, well, I'm not going to waste all my time getting involved in Forex if it's not going to work out in the end. If I don't think it's going to make money. But that's like saying, I'm not going to buy a guitar because I'm not sure I'll get, you know, an audience. But, well, if you like playing guitar, it wouldn't matter. So if you liked the act of trading, or you liked that kind of thing, it wouldn't stop you, I would suppose, right? You would just trudge through the tundra mile after mile. It just wouldn't matter, right? I guess, I don't know. As long as I got coffee, I think I'm gonna feel all right. Just give me my coffee and I'll tell you whatever you want. I'll tell you where the money's at. I don't know. But this weekend trading is, I mean, the market's up on the weekend. I don't feel so lonely. Yeah, it does. And I'm in a trade right now. I'm down $1,400. I got trapped at the bottom. But my broker wouldn't let me out because, I'm just joking, I'm in a demo. Bitcoin's up and going, man. We got Bitcoin base on the left side of the screen here. It's depth of market, and I'm running the what I'm doing here on the so we got connected to Evolve Markets. Evolve Markets is doing our feed here, although they're not liquid, so I got trapped in a losing trade. How dare they? Yeah, I think the market's going to pick up here in a little bit when this right now is. I'm not getting any trades on the. So I just discovered something, which is the dollar against the Bitcoin. This is the inversion, and I'm not sure how to actually think about this. The dollar is worth $158 to buy a Bitcoin. I don't even know. But this is the inversion of Bitcoin. So we're coming back into the floor that we took out. That's the weekly. I guess this is the first time the dollar's recovered. I don't know how this works because there's not enough history on this instrument. Let's go for the leading edge. There's the daily resistance up here at +3. That's the dollar against Bitcoin. But the other one is not trading. I was shorting Bitcoin into the floor here, hoping for a continuation. I went short here. The spread went against me, but they're not trading it. I don't see any ticks coming in. It's weird, the inversion of the Bitcoin, I never thought about that. One-to-one. Yeah. I heard ICT, they don't trade on the weekends. Our IC markets doesn't trade on the weekends. Itty bitty coins. IBM stock? I wonder. It's on this platform, I bet. I bet it's on here. I just try to edit the, let me take a look. I like watching that bid-ask thing shift over. It cracks me up. 10-minute Bitcoin chart with depth of market. Let me see. Open up the all symbols, I think, right? That's still in the index of, I wonder if this broker has it. IBM. Some brokers have everything. Then there's, gosh, I haven't looked at copper in a long time. You get your head, when you got your head into a 5-minute chart, you don't even think about all this other stuff, I guess. Copper is the same price as natural gas. Because why? Natural gas goes through pipes? Is there any correlation here? You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, shit. That's expensive. Copper's not cheap. Wow. But you know, it looks like a trap up there. I think I'd want to be long-term long, short-term short. So to be a scalper and a trend trader, I guess you'd have to have that view of it. Like you scalped off this top in copper, but it is in an uptrend. What do we got here? The ruble. Well, this thing had some crazy movements to it. Mind-blowing stuff. Look at that. Look at the explosion of that ruble. Looks like Bitcoin. Or the dollar's killing the ruble. There's another psychotic. Did anybody sell the dollar against the ruble up here just above this monthly wick? Wow. You see, this is wave 4 now. So Bitcoin's either going to have one more climax, but in order for that to happen, this pullback, if this was Bitcoin right now, if this is 10,000 in Bitcoin, it has to come super deep, I think, to pick up enough buyers. How about these, is this the Polish people? The Balti Zolti? What are these guys up to? Oh, very bullish. Look at this, I got a pullback, holding the trend line. I'd say buy here. Next problem. Mexican peso. This is instant analysis weekend. With your host, the Angry Trader. I'd sell right there. I think I'd sell right there. This is the shoulder. Done. Put that trade on. Harold, put that trade on in the morning. How about the Hungarian Fortino? Let's take a looky, Pooh. That's starting to tank. I'd sell right. You missed your entry. Looks just like the Polish people. They're on the same page. I'd definitely sell right here at the floor. That's a sell. How about this? Is this the Swedish kroner? Hong Kong dollar, Danish kroner. Instant analysis for free. I'd be short, but I'd have sell limits up there. I think that thing's cooked. That's the dollar. This should tell you everything you need to know about the dollar. Put a fork in it. It took out the floor. The kroner's going to kill it. How about the Turkish lira? Is that what this is? Let's try this one. Oh, I'm just gonna go with the default template. Oh boy, sell, 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 sell. Sell here and put sell limits above. Okay, next problem. Isn't that obvious as fuck? What is this? The South African rand. What's the spread like on this? Oh, we missed our sell. Well, that's kind of. I'd buy that. I bet on the smaller time frame, it's good for a ride up into this that wick. But boy, imagine you bought down here in that trap. You're in hog heaven right now. That's what Bill Williams says. We're just fat and happy. Then here's the real smash. Oh, the guppy. Let's not forget the guppy. It's a buy. I buy that on pullbacks all day long. This is crawling up into this, just like the dollar to the pound. Crawling all the way back after the Brexit. Right? Pretty obvious, right? I forgot my chart. I forgot my Bitcoin was on the fucking thing there. Fucking up my charts. I'm talking about shit people can't see. You have to pay $40 a month to see what I see. Do you see what I see? Let's see. I gotta find a broker that's got IBM. I think these guys got IBM. Closing spread of 100 pips. Let's take a look. I had one that had everything in there. No. We'll just have to go to the internet. Did anybody ever use barchart.com? That's pretty good. I don't know. Bar chart's so easy because everything's right there. This is kind of a nice, simple, clean site. I think they got charts in here. Good God, there's so many markets. It's insane. Here, this futures. Cattle, gasoline. Maybe just put a I've been moved is what the joke was, is that IBM stands for I've been moved, because anybody that worked for that, like in the 70s, they kept moving them. So they would just buy a house for somebody, go, here, you're working here. Let's see if I can get a full history. Probably not. Damn it. Oh, here, 20 years. Yeah. It's trapped sideways. Right? If you can see that. Well, it's like Cursor City in here. It's making me dizzy. See how much chart I can get on here. 2,000. God, it's like, how do you make any money trading this? You got to have a lot of leverage, right? It's like not really going anywhere. I don't know how to stretch that chart. I guess you got to be long a little bit. Sellers are going to come in here at 200. Anything up here, but doesn't look anything like the indexes. I think it's in its own world. I guess there was a great scalp here for that pullback. Oof. I don't think I like that gap. Ouch. I wouldn't want to hold this overnight. Oh shit. Well, yeah, after putting all those tattoos on all those poor Jews. That's what these gaps are about. They're finding new dead Jews with the IBM numbers on their arms. Are you a new dead Jew? That's a new they never went to the moon. IBM filmed that. I heard IBM film the faking of the moon. All right, the more natural gas, the more pipe. We're laying some pipe. Why are you laying so much pipe, mister? Haven't you seen the price of natural gas? We're trying to offset it. It's supply and demand. In fact, this is the guys that make the copper pipe said, you know, some genius on this site said, well, you know what we're going to do? No, tell us. What we're going to do is we're going to make the pipes wider. Oof, don't do that, because I have a natural gas hedge on. If you do that, the price of natural gas will go down because pipes are wider now. It's so funny. All plastic pipes. Yeah, what's gonna, copper is really it's really for the electricity, I think. The wires. But optic fiber is not copper. That's almost like Tesla's, people said, well, Tesla's going to send electricity through the air. Well, communications, that's been done for a long time, but he wanted to actually send like 200 volts through the air, Tesla. It might irk everybody out on the way to that receiver, but you might feel it. But that would be funny, huh? The upper left-hand corner is the Bitcoin. I put the link in the... I don't know if it shows. It's called bitcointicker.co. I'll put the link on the thing here. It's bitcointicker. Coinbase, it's claiming. It's got the bid and ask. It's got the depth of market. Yeah, it makes me feel less lonely to see a ticker going by on the weekend of people really trading. The whole reason I think I like trading is it's just like it's a thing that's alive that you can jump in and out of. It's like jump rope. It's like watching people do jump rope and just saying, oh, okay, I'll do a couple jumps. But then, of course, the jump rope's easier because the rhythm's symmetrical and linear, but market's a little tougher. It's like dancing with a crackhead. But yeah, IBM, look at that brutal gap. Let me see if my trade's making money. Oh, I'm getting killed. I'm still getting killed here. They haven't traded though. I'm waiting for the market to open. I think I don't see any volatility. I don't see any liquidity now. So yeah, all that's moving right now is this dollar to the Bitcoin, which I just found is the only thing. So maybe I will make money on that trade because this is dollar. This is the 4-hour dollar to the Bitcoin, and this was the pivot. This is where the top became a bottom. So anywhere in here, you got to figure that's where the sellers are going to come in. That's the 4-hour, and the daily view is they're coming up on that pivot. The daily view for more selling. AUDGJPY. JPY. See, this broker's alphabetical. Every broker has a different scheme. I don't think that's by accident. I think that they, because if you do those investor, you get like a, oof. Yeah, that's Australian dollars in trouble, huh? Oh boy. Yeah, if they can't hold that floor, then I'd say look out. Look out below. It's going to be pretty brutal if they fall in that. It's definitely going to be a... But it's really, how do you play that? Do you buy that with bounce orders? How do you do this trade? I put some bounce orders in there. Pick up some easy scalps, but then you really have to wait for it to see how it's going to behave down here. Shit. Oh fuck, there's no hotkey for that. Damn it. God here. Shit. Christ. Oh, it's alright. Gotta edit this color of this thing. It's big black. So here, this is a 10 pip grid on top of a 100 pip big. So this is dropping at a rate of, this is a 10 pip per hour drop. So if you're trying to buy this on limits and time your scripts, I think you would go something like this. You're looking for how many. This is a rate of change of 10 pips per hour. That'd be 240 pips per day. That's one day. I do that right? Doesn't look right. So here we know where it's right, I'm not cutting it right. That's right? Well, it should be 20. It should be that's 100 pips. 100 pips per day is like this. Oh, I see what I did wrong. That's one fucking day there. Oops. I should do it by the week. This is actually a whole week here. So 100 pips per week would look like this. Because that double line is Sunday night. So that's a velocity. If you're trying to make a 100 pip move, so that's there's a million different angles, just like moving averages. But per day, it's a different story. So 10 pips per hour would look like. This one day. Oh, I'd have to go to the. Oh, I'd have to go 240 pips. Okay. So just go 240 pips down. About right here. So this is 10 pips per hour, 24 hours. So 24 by 24. This is about the only time that was going at 10 pips per hour. Right there. It's quite a severe move. Those moves happen though. Look at this thing shear down. Astounding move here. In one day it moved 60 pips, but for a moment there it was dropping at 10 pips per hour. Here's a nice 10 pip per hour. Not quite here. 8 pips per hour. Crazy. I think I just buy down here in a bunch of. I'd start buying here. My first order would be just put in one case all the way down and see what happens. Then I think I'd come in here with another layer, and then just next week it'll, it could be down there. And then when the market opens, I think I try to scalp it. But realize the spread is 30 pips on this broker, so that's not really a true representation of the price. On market close, the spread went to 30 pips. But if you start putting in estimated areas to get in like this, you're thinking about buying out in the future, deeper, make some type of projection off the current movement. I think I'd just be like aiming at getting in these bounces. Anything below here, people are going to definitely be jumping on it. The first limit would come in here, 10 pips deep. Like I say, the ask is up here right now, but I'd say on this one broker, when the spreads tighten up, when the market opens back up, I would say there's an order, here's an order. So it makes sense, right? Just coming down this channel. It really doesn't matter, you're just looking at price, but you want to make sense of it, so you're going to want to draw the channels to help you believe that that's a possible destination, I think. But you'd probably want to look at all the yen pairs. It's closing spread here, 15 pips. I did that on a broker. I had all yen pairs, pure yen. So that this looks like an easy buy next week. British pound. So we cleared this double hump here. This is the obvious situation. That's going to be a nice easy buy there. This internal one's going to be better, but I'd start buying a little bit and really heavily right here. I mean, we cleared this these Twin Peaks. What's the probability you're going to crush below that? You could dip all the way back in here. You could get a nice plunge here. I trade the first bounce, and then I would wait for, would cash out. This is how I do it, because the sellers are going to come in here. So when the market opens on the pound, I'm going to start getting in Sunday night like this, small tickets. Initial entry. The bigger tickets here, big bank. Kind of big bank. So I can make these rectangles really just different color to, or maybe it's a more high chrome color, meaning it's a bigger order. Dragon red. And then how long would the orders last? Would you want to buy, this is the 1 hour chart, so here's 1 day. I mean, who's not buying down here, right? Come on. Then your exit needs to be here for the scalp. This stuff goes on. This repeating pattern of hell all the time here. Same thing in the euro. I'll be buying this for the bounce. Got buy limits all the way down. Let the market come to me. I don't really like to trade at the market, and I don't like to trade on stops. So I'd like to trade limit. I think I'm an auction guy. Yeah, it's like chill step meets ambient meditation music. It's weird. Yeah, I think you know, I've lost a lot of money getting in too early and being kind of seeing the future, like saying, well, I think this is a ridiculous price, but it seems like they always take it lower. And but I do think that patience, it's not patience, I think it's like planning out. So this is the thing, is planning out next week, does that give you patience? I guess so, because if you know you could get paid on Wednesday, like, I think it's obvious that Wednesday is a big deal. It's the middle of the week. It's the middle of the session of the week, so the middle of the session on the daily, you can see the kind of crazy stuff. But it may be on Tuesday, but usually Wednesday and Thursday, the market actually engulf on Friday. So I'm thinking you can scalp and pad your account, scalp the 15-minute chart, but be aware of the 4-hour structures, And it's going to be very obvious what's going on. And it's not going to bother you to ride a small swing because you made enough money scalping big or big-ish. You know, I mean, you don't have to be in so heavy. But if you're trying to start from you're always trying to make money, right? So the idea of building a account isn't any different than just making money, because that's how you build a count. It's just funny, but everybody couches it in some type of thing that makes them feel like it's okay to do that. I think that's why people have Gartley patterns, because they want to make sure it's okay to trade. And if they blow up their account, they go, well, see, I'm trying as hard as I can. Look at. But the market coming to you is a different thing psychologically, because you're not in the market yet, and you're like, Jesus, man. But you'd be surprised if you feel like that's awkward. Then what you do is you would, just to prove it to yourself, you put an order in just 3 pips deep. You'd be surprised how they probably pick you up in the next hour. And having enough dry powder in the end to start getting in. Now, if you go with the buy people stop theory, then you have to see what the stops are. There's stops here. And that's obvious, right? Anything here could be cleared out. Then, but the first stop zone would be to here. I wish I had indicated it would lay in, instead of market profile, it just lays in stop profile. This is the first crush zone for the stops, right? Now, the same could be said for the when it was like this, the bulls, right? The bulls are getting crushed, and these are the shelves based on previous stuff, right? So you cut that off, you come in with a different. So this is the right. So after a while, once you do this, you'll just see it in your mind. So you don't have to plot this out necessarily, but you see they're cutting into that. So you have to sell into that. And it's not that comfortable, but it's fun because you don't sell, depending on the size of the account, you don't sell every handle. But ideally, you sell here. Like you sell in increments as it goes up. So you try to get it so it's a little bit more compressed at the top, like martingale. Sell there, and now it's going to be like a Fibonacci summation series. But I'm talking about literally putting in all these 1Ks. Now, you could put an 80K in here. You can even have it so that some of the tickets have a hot spot and some aren't going to fill. You're going to put in orders that never fill. And where does this order come from on the very top that never fills? What's that based on? Well, if you want to rationalize, if you want for a reason for it, it's because you're selling these wicks up here too. So it's kind of scary to have pendings up here because you're like, I want to see what the price action was. It's not going to matter. I think if you cared, you just got a 4-hour chart and you got the 5-minute chart. But see the sell here? You had to get out here, right? So you sold that, but the pendings were there. So that's the hot spot of the. See, this is last. This is the last pullback. Top becomes the bottom. This is just like Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin on that 1-minute chart, was joking around. Same story. And then it's just utter, it just can't sustain. Just look at a down move. This is unsustainable rate of change here. Utterly unsustainable. But I'm a big buyer here on these shelves. A closing spread of 10 pips there. Pretty rugged. Bitcoin's not trading. Here's the dollar. Oh, see, here's a buy we just missed. You can't trade this thing, but like from the rhythm method, I heard that doesn't work. Sometimes you end up with a baby, but it's the idea that you're looking to buy this little mini auction in the bigger picture. You're looking to have your limits. The scalper has his limits trailing behind to pick that up, and you have a structure by limit based here that you're underwater a little bit for a moment, but when you buy people's stops off them, you're looking at, there's a stop on this guy, there's one on this one, and they take it down as deep as, you still got orders that haven't filled here yet. You're willing to buy here, and now you're long because you bought based on this, right? So you got long, and even a better deal here. So it's counterintuitive. You have to be okay, buy, but you're buying because we broke out, pull back to the breakout and buy. This is your classic thing. But the scalpers are taking advantage of this thing at the bottom, just like back here, anywhere on here. The trend's up, but you got to be buying all of these half-hour stops off of people. And the counter trend traders are selling that shoulder on the half-hour. They just get in. Or that's how you'd make money on that move. And just like this one. Climax is out, and this is your shoulder. But you really had to realize you're counter trend trading this thing right now. So this is a good buy. And I think Bitcoin's, according to this chart, Bitcoin's in trouble because this is the dollar against Bitcoin. And if the dollar can ever clear this floor that we took out, so we have this hard floor, this is the tipping point where everybody's like, uh-oh, ruh-roh. Then it collapses, but this is the dollar versus has done a complete recovery back to the floor. If it pauses here tonight and tomorrow, then it's probably just going to go after this area, you would think, right? So it's going to have the sellers are going to come in here and pull it back off of there. There'll be a whole zigzag scenario right through this whole zone. And the sellers already came in here and scalped it coming back on that time frame. The people that trade that time frame, that's the 4-hour chart. So the 1-hour chart, you're kind of like, hey, you know what? It's a buy. It's a buy on the 1-hour chart, right? I guess. Well, if you say so. I say so. I don't know. You make the call. It's 9:30, maybe the market's open now. This would be on Dow Jones. It's 24 hours from the Dow Jones opening on Friday. Welcome to Traders Anonymous. If you find yourself wanting to trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the weekends. You don't need Zoloft. You don't need Xanax. You don't need Mai Tais. You need to trade Bitcoin on the weekends. That's what you need. Don't be in denial. You're a trading addict. Don't get help. Just trade more. Rehab's overrated. We all know that. You're just setting yourself up to fall off the wagon. Don't be in denial. Go take pictures in the snow. I used to do snow photography when I was a kid. I thought it was the best. Lighting's a little tough, but I like the white backgrounds for free. Free white backgrounds, right?
Thank you.
Nature gives you a white background. It's too bad the snow's not green, because people could have free green screens. Well, sadly, my photography career, not that my pictures don't fucking rule on real film, but the problem is, it's such a bitch to buy real film, and that's really my favorite format. And I had a dark room. It was black and white because the color dark room, well, I gotta make sure the temperature's right. Okay, well. But black and white, I could probably shoot. See, the thing is, I can shoot black and white digitally now. I think, well, I guess it does, but it's easier to emulate analog with black and white than it is color, I think. Because color saturation is film organic. I mean, it's completely different. There's like way more distortion, and that's what you want, I think, with real film. But black and white contrast ratios are very easily emulated, I think, with digital. But I like to scan high res. But this is what I view, the way I view photography, as opposed to trading. Unless you're, I mean, it doesn't make as much money as trading. And actually, when you put a trade on, you know the exact risk. When you take pictures, now you can do digitally, right? So you're not wasting much money on film. But who wants to see my pictures, and would anybody buy them from me? So I would take photography for my own enjoyment, but it was always for my own enjoyment, because I had a day job and I could afford to buy the camera. So I had a bunch of high-end cameras, but, and I hate to sound like a depressed person, but nobody cares about my photography. I wish they did. Yeah. And the thing is with the when the cameras became smart cameras, I didn't like it then. I got an old camera that it's analog, you know, not even autofocus. Because when autofocus came out, I thought, really? It's like a fucking EA. Even when auto exposure came out, I go, this is fucked. What pissed me off about photography was, I'd rather have an old camera that doesn't have any fucking auto. I'd rather have a car with a manual transmission, but that's just me. Because it's kind of like, we're going to help you. You're not helping me. Autofocus focuses on something behind the person. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I don't want to fight the autofocus. I don't want to fight Windows 10. Leave me alone. I don't want a fucking update. Did I buy the wrong fucking program? Why you send me an update? Well, why did you sell it to me if it wasn't fucking done? This is like a fucking restaurant. You come in the restaurant, they bring you your food, and you go, you know, this is raw. They go, oh, we have to update it. The update hasn't come out for that brand of fish yet, but, well, it's the beta. This is the beta version. Okay. Well, if you tell me it's a beta version and you don't charge me for it, I'm like, okay, I'll take it home and cook it. But if you claim to me that we're selling this new product, and after you buy it, oh, but just wait a minute, can we have it back for a while? We want to update it. What the fuck? I don't know, maybe I'm just too logical, but it just kind of upset the fuck out of me. I had to take the day off. Yeah, that's why you have to have a lot of friends before you die. He was such a nice guy. My fear is when I'm dying, they're going to find my porn collection. They're like, holy fuck. What is this guy? Jesus Christ. We thought we knew him. Now you see all this shit in Hollywood. Some guy masturbated in front of a girl. Oh my, guys masturbate? What the fuck are people... How can you tell we're living in a very wealthy environment? That people are actually saying stuff like, we caught this guy eating. Where? Out of a garbage can. Oh no. It's like, the biggest cash movie was just another one of these stupid ass fucking cartoon movies again. Are people all so wealthy that all they have to do is contemplate their navel now? Like, nobody's trying to like survive the king's gonna cut your head off. Everybody's in luxury. And so now I guess the thing to worry about now is like, did you see what he did? The hell? A guy shoots up a church with a gun and nobody's worried about that? Like, everybody should be armed to the teeth right now. No. Some guy rubbed up against a girl. Go figure. Does that really happen still? Buy here on the dollar against the buying the dollar against the Bitcoin in my mind right here on the chart. 5-minute chart. Buy. I can't wait till I'm dead. Broker's not trading right now. I don't know why. I'm trapped short. No liquidity. I thought it was a 24/7 market, but apparently this morning they stopped trading here. They got dropped off the planet here. This is the only Bitcoin broker I have, so I don't know if the other guys are trading, but this guy's not trading. I don't know if they shut down the servers or... See that one plot there? I got one little dot there, so just have... There's no range to it. Earlier this morning we had the same situation with the 15-minute chart. There's really no... there's just a closing price here. But the spread's keeping me from making money. The ask is way up here. Yellow line's the ask. I'm sorry, yellow line's the ask, black line's the bid. So these are the prices that have been coming in on the 5. Starting to pick up trading now. We're just getting dots. Like we got back here. The fractal's using the last prices supposedly. That's the whole range of that candle. So my only reference for the trade is the dollar against the Bitcoin. To see what's going on there. No stops, no take profits. I'm just sitting here trying to scalp it with my finger on the trigger. 15-minute chart's got so I was in profits for a second here. I guess I could get out of the trade. They would let me get out, but I thought we were going to tank and blow out the bottom here and take out. So here's Friday's low. I thought we were going to keep tanking through this. But now they trap me at the bottom. They trap me. Oh, you can't see my chart. Well, trust me, I'm not lying about the low liquidity. So here we go up. I think Bitcoin's dim now. Here comes the dollar back in action. Dollar's back on board. We've pulled back to that breakout. Now we got to cut through. Take out the high of the day again. This is the goal here on this dollar against the bit. Going after the floor on the daily. right there. Look at that. Look how much I'm up on this trade. Come on, give me some of that. Anyways, so I'm going to have breakfast out of bed, and I'm not down. I recovered from my losses. I'm short Bitcoin into Monday. I'm gonna hold this thing. I'm gonna get rid of my scalping limits though. These pendings are gonna be too dangerous to stay short 10K, whatever this is. So let me get rid of these buy limits. They're pending. I'm gonna leave one in there deep. So, here, fuck. I'll just move them deeper. I'll buy it if it comes down. Here. So I'm buying it at the pit. I'm buying the stops that people have here, I suppose. Stay short. Looking for that gap to fill. Okay. Good luck with that. Alrighty then. Thank you for coming.